Hey guys, welcome back. Bomb here, bringing you our live set reaction review. I guess it's like a live reaction slash analysis slash review slash quickie off the top of my head look at and thoughts spewing out of my face. Reaction to Sky Legends, the brand new set. Once again, we're going to be at Poke Beach, so shout out to Poke Beach. Like always, when it comes to these reactions, review things, I'm going to be streaming it. I will, for this video though, remove the Twitch chat only because it's like ugly. And so a couple things before we get into the video. First of all, drop a like if you haven't already. It's always greatly appreciated. Remember, if you answer the comment question today with a like, you have a chance to win some Unbroken Bond codes thanks to our sponsors at Guardian Gaming. Speaking of our sponsors at Guardian Gaming, I have a giveaway to announce in the next video, which is going to be talking about post-rotation. So definitely be sure to check out that video. I don't know when it's going to be up. I don't know if it's going to be the same day or the next day or something like that, but we're going to discuss post-rotation together. We're going to be streaming it and discussing it with the chat, and just it's going to be like a nice long video where we're going to be looking at a bunch of things. So those would be a giveaway. I can announce how to win and stuff like that. It's going to be in that video too, so don't forget to check out that video. Sponsors Guardian Gaming. Don't forget to check out Patreon, subscribe to all the good jazz, yada, yada, yada. And I think that's everything I need to talk about before we get right into this. But yeah. Let me see. Everything's looking good. We're recording properly. Perfect. Let's go right into this. So Sky Legend is going to be in our Unified Mindset, the last set we get that will be part of our next block. And there's a bunch of cool cards that we've already seen already that I can't wait to discuss with you guys. For the most part, though, anything that we haven't seen in previous news, this will be my first time seeing, so I'm really excited. So let's go ahead and talk about this big boy right here. First of all, another 270 HP grass type is going to be very good for us, because as we know from previous 270 HP grass types, aka LB Venusaur, they're pretty strong, really tanky, and this one has some really cool effects that go with it. But yeah, chat, if you see that I miss anything while talking, don't let me forget. But like with the rotation coming, I'm gonna have that in the mind as well, because if you guys don't know, Worlds is gonna be in post rotation, so it's really exciting. So 270 HP, 3 retreat, which is kind of hefty, weak to fire, which is never good, but it has a really cool first attack, Super Grow. Search your deck for a Pokemon that evolves from one of your grass Pokemon and put it onto your Pokemon. Put it on that Pokemon to evolve it. If you evolve the stage 1 Pokemon, you may also search. If you evolved into a stage 1 Pokemon, you may also search for a stage 2 Pokemon that evolves from that stage 1 Pokemon, put it on that Pokemon to evolve it again. Then shuffle your deck. So it's, excuse me guys, I got the hiccup. So essentially what this means is that if I have grass type Charjabug, so since it's a grass type, I can evolve it, not Charjabug, Rubbin. Since it's a grass type, I can evolve it regardless of whether the next stage is a grass type, right? So say this Rowlet here, Rowlet Alolan Executor GX, its attack can evolve your Bulbasaur all the way up to a Venusaur, but it can also evolve any basic grass all the way up to its final evolution, no matter what type it is. So this could evolve a Charjabug or a Grubbin all the way up to a Vikavolt if you want to. But as long as you can't like rare candy into it. It's not like a rare candy effect. You have to have both the stage 1 and the stage 2 in your deck. But because of like how hard it is going to be for like stage 2 Pokemon to survive, this is a really cool way to just set up a bunch of Pokemon. There's things like Lurantis that can boost your damage output. There is obviously Vikavolt, but that's rotating. There is a brand new Pokemon in this deck that helps you accelerate energy. That's Serena right here. We'll talk about that in a second. We don't get to see what these dudes do, apparently. It just jumps straight to Serena. I guess we don't have all the cards yet. We only have some of the cards. Oh, I thought we had all the cards by now. It looks like this one's only showing us the majority of the cards that were revealed already. Oh no, I thought we had all the cards. But for the most part, it doesn't matter. Let me just refresh. I thought we had all the cards. I might have to not record this video right now. Yeah, we might have to not record this video right now. Yeah, we don't have all the cards yet. I would like to see all the cards because this has an ability and stuff like that. You know what? We'll be right back, guys. All right, sorry for the cut there. Ooh, what was that? Sorry for the cut there. Okay, we're back. The set is officially up. We did a little bit of discussing about rotation, but I'll upload all that in the next video. So for those of you guys that have missed that. But let me keep the chat open so I can see what's going on. And this here as well, so I can see what's going on there. Sorry guys, just making sure everything looks good for the stream as well as you guys, you lovely viewers. All right. Let's talk about it. Sky Legend is looking pretty fun, so I'm excited to see what's going on here. So like I was mentioning earlier, this thing can evolve straight up into Pokemon that are stage 2s as long as their base is a grass type. So It's looking really good. Also, its other attacks, 270 HP. It's got an attack that does 150 and heals 30 from this Pokemon. I mean, it's kind of relevant. Hitting 150 is good on top of healing yourself, but like as a rotation, we're losing pretty much all healing cards, except for like mixed herb and stuff like that. So I guess we still have some pretty decent healing cards in there. And then we have Tropical Arrow GX, 200 damage. This Pokemon has at least 3 extra grass energies attached to it. Shuffle all cards attached to each of your opponent's Pokemon into their deck. So that's really good, especially if you're fighting against fire. And what else has a lot of energies? I guess electric and fire is pretty good, but getting 6 energies on it is definitely no easy task. Let's talk about the rest of these cards. I haven't seen the rest of these cards, so it's going to be new to me. Dwebble. We haven't... Why is there a Moltres in the picture? I'll keep the chat open so I can still see you guys. If you guys see I'm missing anything in my discussions in the chat, please let me know so I don't forget anything. We haven't seen a Dwebble in a long time, I feel. I feel like it's been forever since we've seen a Crystal card. And Dwebble, this artwork is really cool. I like that he's gazing up at Moltres like that. It's actually super dope. Okay, Crystal. Shell Armor, takes 30 less damage from attacks, standard stuff. 50 plus damage, flip 3 coins. If 1 is heads, the attack does an additional 40 damage. If 2 are heads, the attack does additional 80 damage. And if 3 are heads, the attack does an additional 150 damage. Talk about the glow up. Holy crap. You can do 200 damage if you get 3 heads. Pretty unlikely, but still pretty cool. I mean, it'll be fun to pull it off once. So we are losing pretty much all Lurantis cards in rotation, so let's see what this Lurantis does. Does 10 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. Okay. Colorless Flying Flip, but a lot weaker. Soul Slash, 50 plus damage. If the Pokemon has any fire energy attached to it, the attack does an additional 50 damage. So for 2 energies, you can hit for 100. But it's fire and grass, so it's very strange. Whatever. So this is apparently a good card. We got Bounce Sweep. We got Serena, 90 HP, yada yada, not super good, but Serena is what we're looking at. Queen's Reward. Once during your turn, you may attach 1 grass energy from a discard pile to your active Pokemon. So obviously there's obvious synergy here. You just evolve them slowly as you heal up this thing, because it's a free attack, right? So as you're slowly healing this thing up and doing whatever you can to make sure it takes less damage and whatever, because we're losing Aether, we're losing a lot of healing cards, so it's kind of hard to pull this off. You just evolve and evolve and evolve and evolve until you have a bunch of Serenas down. Then you just consistently accelerate energies until you can pull off that GX attack and whatnot. So overall, though, pretty cool card. I mean, if we ever play a grass deck, because we're losing shine. I keep talking about what we're losing, but rotation is not here yet. But it's good to have in mind, right? We are losing a lot, but if we ever find a grass type attacker that can attack for like a good amount of energies, it's nice to have this Serena around for sure. So this is kind of interesting because we have this new card. So I'm actually gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pull an Omnipoke here. I'm gonna start with the trainer cards, because the trainer cards affect what the Pokemon can do, right? And this is what I'm talking about. Normalium, Z, Tackle. We have actual Z crystals in the game. I never thought they put Z crystals in the game because of the fact that there's GX, you know, and GX is kind of like the Z crystal mechanic. But any Pokemon that has the attack Tackle can use this GX attack, essentially. So since this camera up has Tackle, it can use that GX attack. So what exactly does that GX attack do? We'll go over the Pokemon after the trainers now, just to make it easier for us to understand. Just what all this set is trying to deliver. So as a Pokemon tool, that Pokemon can use a GX attack on this card. So since it has Tackle, we can use Normalium Z Tackle. Dash attack GX, 200 plus damage. Flip a coin until you get tails. Attack does 40 damage for each head. So pretty strong attack. And now we have Flynium Air Slash. So a flying type GX attack. So I'm assuming we're gonna get one for every type, which is actually really dope. And like you can tell it's one of every type because this is flying is a colorless type in the game, but they're giving us a flying GX attack anyways. This card is an attack. If this card is attached to a Pokemon that has the attack Air Slash, do we get a Togekiss Pokemon? Because when I think Air Slash, I think Togekiss Flinging. It can use the GX attack. Dive Crush GX, 180 damage. Prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. So it's an attack that makes you immune while hitting 180. That's not bad at all. For 4 colorless though, it's kind of hard. Alright, U-turn board is pretty interesting. It's a retreat for 1 colorless less, and if this card will go to the discard pile, put it in your hand instead. So it's interesting because you can't play this in Jirachi, right? Because in Jirachi, the reason why you play Escape Board is because you can sleep. You can retreat wall status. But in other decks that have that 1 retreat cost, this is a pretty good card. So that means if your Pokemon were to get knocked out that has this card attached, you can put it right back into your hand. We have a card, Recycle Energy, in this set too that does the same thing. So that might be a new thing they're trying to push in this set, is returning cards back from your discard pile to your hand. So that's pretty interesting. This is actually a really cool card. I'm not going to lie. You just can't play with Jirachi because you have to play Escape Board with Jirachi. Pokemaniac. Wait a minute. Search your deck for up to 3 Pokemon with 4 tree costs and put them into your hand. Oh, that's pretty good Pokemon search. So like we have Professor Elm that searches for 360 XP less Pokemon. This searches for like fat Pokemon. So I can't think of any decks off the top of my head because I never really thought about this before. But if I look at some decks, I'm sure I can find some really fat decks that have a 4 tree cost and just play this as their deck engine. That's really cool. Some quad decks maybe. Jesse and James, some little bit of hand hate. That's really cool. I want to see the full art of this card. That's going to be beautiful. So each player discards 2 cards from their hand. Your opponent discards 2. So each player gets to discard 2. So that's always, I mean, discarding from your hand is always good. Forcing your opponent to discard is always good. So this is a pretty good supporter. The problem is you're not drawing off the supporter, which is the bad part. But it's really good for disruption. It's not bad. Blizzard Town. I can search for all 3 Salasaur. You're right, because netball doesn't exist. It's funny. Blizzard Town. Each Pokemon in play has 40 or less. Each Pokemon in play with 40 or less remaining HP can't attack. Like I was mentioning earlier, because we were losing cards like Field Blower, and we're losing like pretty much all healing cards, but we keep a bunch of like spread cards. We lose Coco, but like we keep his spell tag. We're keeping Weezing and the new Gengar and stuff like that. Spread might have a brand new archetype under its belt, and we keep the fairy type magical swap. And with this card, if you can put your opponent to less than 40 HP, they no longer are a threat. You don't have to spread to them anymore because they can't attack. So this is a really, really strong stadium. Low HP decks hate this. Although there's not any relevant decks that have 40 or less HP, I guess, to be fair. But Spread loves this card. You have Shrine of Punishment early game, Blizzard Town late game. That's really strong. You have so many good stadiums to play in Spread now. So, but the problem is we lose DCE, but we keep Triple Boost, but like Triple Boost only lasts for a turn. So like, how do you accelerate? I mean, we still have Coco Prism, Lightning Energies that can help you accelerate energies onto the board. So that's probably going to be a thing you have to do. But regardless, it's pretty interesting nonetheless. It's a very strong stadium. Of course, it does say 40 or less remaining HP, which means that like cards like Night March, Joltik, I'm just talking to chat here, they don't get affected unless they take damage first. Recycle Energy, this is what I was talking about earlier. This card provides a colorless energy. If this card is put into your discard pile from play, return it to your hand. So Enhance Hammer, back into your hand. Being knocked out, back into your hand. It's an energy that you get throughout the game. I know people are talking about this in Expanded with that Stoutland deck and like Mill and Disruption. They can't play sports, things like that. So it's apparently going to be really strong in Expanded. It's going to be quite the strong card. In Standard, I don't know many Pokemon that can abuse this off the top of my head. If you guys know of any Pokemon that discard energies to attack, let me know. Then we can discuss how good this card is. As of right now, it's definitely a good card, and it's something that you should keep. I'm just not too sure what you would put it in right now. Netball's getting an alternate art. Gladion's getting an alternate art. Oh, that's a really beautiful artwork for Gladion. Is he all scratched up and stuff? No, he just has that weird X scar. Strange. Lily is getting a new alternate art, as if we don't have enough Lily artworks already. She looks weird in that. I don't know if I like this. Lucamine, once again, another art, but this is a really sad artwork. That's her husband that disappeared. That's it for the trainer cards. So there's nothing too crazy here. We're getting one really cool supporter. I guess two. Some Z cards, some GX cards, Blizzard Town. All right, now we can go back over the Pokemon. So we talked about, I guess we're going to be on the lookout for the Air Slash Pokemon. But we talked about the camera up, whatever. I guess Numel has 90 HP, that's relevant, that's a lot of HP. Numel also has Strong Flare, 150 damage, discard 2 energy from this Pokemon, definitely worth mentioning. We have a Victini. This is a pretty cool Victini actually. Victory Sign, search your deck for 2 basic energy cards of different types and attach them to your bench Pokemon in any way you like. It's going to be pretty strong in decks that play a lot of different type energies, and pretty strong whenever we talk about the poster boy of this set. But I'm really excited about this one. We got 5 bits as well. Thank you, Synchro, for the 5 bits. Have to head out now. All right, see you later, Synchro. Thank you for dropping by. I appreciate it. For sure. Fletchinder and Talonflame. We have a Talonflame again. Look at Talonflame. Fletchinder, search your deck for fire energy attached to this Pokemon. Pretty decent attack, I guess, especially since this Talonflame is a thing. 130 HP, kind of low, but it has a 0 tree cost, which is nice. Artwork is kind of cool. I've always liked Talonflame. I think it was a really cool looking Pokemon. 40 damage, this opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. And then Flare Blitz, 100 damage, discard one energy, attach this Pokemon, and do 50 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. I like this attack. I definitely like this attack. I actually like this card a lot. 130 HP, you are stage 2, which sucks, but like, it's easy enough to accelerate 2 energies, and you have a pretty decent attack. 100 damage isn't much, but it's 2 KO potential against a lot of different Pokemon. And if you're burning them, putting them in range, you still have access to cards like Welder. Like, there's still ways to accelerate energies onto this thing. And then you have that spread damage, which is inherently very strong. So I like that Talonflame a lot. Snorunt and Frostlass. This Frostlass is apparently really good. 80 HP, 1 retreat cost, weak to metal. Bitter Side, 20 damage, put up to 7 damage counters on this Pokemon attack. That's 20 damage times the amount of damage counters you put on this Pokemon. It's a single water energy, 80 HP, but it can technically OHKO Pikarom, right? Because you can hit yourself for, you can do 140 damage, and that's 280. Oh yeah, you can knock out Pikarom. Exactly, knock out Pikarom. So if you're like, if you're a deck that can just squeeze in a 1-1 line or a 2-2 line with a few water energies, you can just exactly knock out Pikarom. Or not Pikarom, I keep saying Pikarom. Reshizard, not Pikarom. The fire one, the one that's weak to water. My bad. Snover and Abomasnow. They spell Abomasnow. 70 damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon has any water energy attached to it, the attack that Pokemon is now paralyzed. Pretty decent. Oh, Paralysis seems like it'll be really good without any switching cards in format. Literally, the only switch card we have is Switch. I guess Tantalizer too. Wild Tackle damages yourself. I mean, if you can pull this off. But your opponent, I mean, this is not good because your opponent has to have water energy attached to them. Cryogonal is item lock, if I remember correctly. 90 HP, 1 retreat, and it's a water energy, so it's not colorless. But your opponent active Pokemon can't play any item cards. So if you play a water deck, this is not going to be its own deck. You're doing too little damage, you're too little HP. You're going to be knocked out with time. You're not doing enough to win the game, but you are doing enough to slow your opponent down, which is really strong. So you can set up your water type decks. Since water type decks no longer have any sort of acceleration anymore, because Keldeo GX is looking like the new poster boy for like anti-GX decks. First of all, it's Keldeo. We love Keldeo. I think every time I see Keldeo, I was talking this with my buddy Tony today. Keldeo is an interesting Pokemon because I wouldn't say Keldeo is my favorite by any means, but every time I see Keldeo GX, I'm just like, oh my god, it's Keldeo, that's so cool. Because I think Keldeo is such a cool Pokemon. So like, honestly, I want to raise Keldeo up in my bar of favorite Pokemon, but like, I just never really think about it. Like, I'm going to put him top 100 for now. Articuno water type has stall attacks with the Articuno and Cryo. Articuno is unnecessary now, right? Because they can't Guzma up your Pokemon anymore. But I'm talking in the mentality of post rotation. So if you think about it like that, then I'm getting called. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, my bad. Well, I gotta talk to Lapper. Whatever. Alright guys, I gotta not be as loud. Anyways, why does Keldeo only have 170 HP? It's just because its ability is really strong. You don't want to have a high HP Pokemon, things like that. But once again, I don't think Articuno is as good anymore just because there's less ways to target the bench. I think Cryogonal is where it's going to have to be for now on. Holy Heart, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage to this Pokemon by the attacks of your opponent's GX and EX Pokemon. So it's simply, if you're playing as a GX deck, stick this in the active and attack over and over again, and they can't do anything about it. Sonic does 110. It's not affected by any effects, so this actually hits past Hoopa, although it's not relevant. What is relevant, though, is Ninetales. Fairy type baby Ninetales is no longer affected by this thing, and you OHKO it, which is well, so that's pretty cool. Resolute Blade is attack 50 damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon, so it's just Lycanroc GX. So it's water color, so it's really awkward to set up, but that's where the Cryogonal comes in. You just stall for a little bit, item lock them for a little bit while you set up the Keldeo. You just start swinging away with Keldeo. A new Tapu Fini too. Every time you say your friend Tony, I think you're talking about me for a second. I mean, you could be my friend Tony too. What's up, Tony? 120 HP Tapu Fini with a really cool artwork. I like this one a lot. Nature Wave, if your opponent has any Ultra Beast in play, the cost of its attack is colorless. Bro, this is the card we needed. Are you kidding me? No, this is like every deck plays this. If Baby Blacephalon becomes the best deck in format, you just throw this into literally every single deck and Oko them. You play like 2 of these if you need to. What? That's wild. Oh, that's so sad. How am I gonna play Blacephalon GX with this thing existing? That's like the saddest thing I've ever seen. And it even has 120 HP. I can't even play Blacephalon GX anymore. Bro, this card's crazy. This card is absolutely wild. Hello? That's crazy. I mean, recycle energy, sure, but like you don't care about what energy you use. It's a colorless energy cost if your opponent has an Ultra Beast in play. That's absolutely wild. And it has a 1 retreat cost. That's crazy. Oh, that's a good card. Magnemite, Magneton. Let me actually look at these artworks. I love the artworks of these cards. Oh, that Magnemite's looking dope. I like the artwork on that. And Magnezone. New Magnezone, what's it do? This Pokemon is both a lightning and metal type. What do you hit for weakness as a lightning type card? There's nothing really, right? Oh, this is a cool attack. Search your deck for a Pokemon. Search your discard pile for a training card and put it into your hand. So hitting as being a metal type is good because you can hit Guardy for knockout. Or not knockout because you need to have some sort of boost in damage, but you can hit for weakness. But being a lightning type, does that really matter? I don't think that matters. Oh, that's how Salazar stays relevant if Feeny exists. Well, Salazar kind of loses relevancy because you can't heal as much anymore. We got Xurkitree here. So it's just like Baby Blacephalon or Baby Buzzwole, but you hit if your opponent has exactly 3 prize cards. So Baby Blacephalon, Baby Buzzwole is 4. This is 3 lightning energy. I mean, once again, until we have cards that are lightning weak that are relevant, I don't see this being a thing. But at the same time, you have Electro Powers, but just keep playing Zapdos. I don't know. Zapdos loses Escape Rope and Guzma. All they have left is Switch, so I don't think that matters as much. Thunder Mountain for zone. Yeah, I mean, that's true. But, like, I meant being a lightning type as far as, like, hitting for weakness, right? I mean, I guess you still have all the lightning stuff, but you're still stage 2, right? I guess you play with the Dene, you could probably set up pretty quickly. Well, that aside. Ekans and Arbok. That is true. I'll say that you get the benefit of being an electric type, which is a lot of benefits. What is this man looking like? He's looked like he's screaming. Oh, there's Articuno. Is there one with Zapdos that I missed? I hope so. I mean, I don't hope I missed it, but that's really cool. Like, is there a random baby Pokemon that has Zapdos in the picture? Because that's really dope. Especially since this set has like the Articuno Zapdos Moltres card. That's really cool. This man looks like he's straight out of Futurama. Do you see this? He looks like he's literally straight out of Futurama. Arbok. Death Theros Pattern. When this Pokemon is knocked out by damage from opponent's attack, choose 2 cards from your opponent's hand without looking and discard them. Talk about a disruption card. Yo, it's got Jessie in the picture. That's really cool. That's actually super dope. I like that. I bet Weezing has James. If Jessie and James is in your discard pile, attack is an additional 80 damage. Whoa, they're bringing back their own version of disruption with this card. That's really cool. I like this card a lot. You can training card looping, sure, but you're also going to get knocked out. You're still a low HP stage 2 Pokemon. If we're talking about Magnezone, and you can't loop the Thunder Mountain. Like, Thunder Mountain's gone once it's gone. I don't know. It seems cool for sure. I definitely want to try it out. Because you're searching for one at a time. What do you loop exactly? Just a single Electro Power? Anyways, I want to see the coughing and wheezing. That's what I came here for. Yeah, there's a lot of hand hate, which is really strong. Hand hate's going to be pretty good because of the fact that these Pokemon, a lot of these cards are playing off the hand now. Weezing, and there's James. Perfect. 120 HP. I mean, we have a good Weezing already, so what's this do? White Hole. You use the ability once during your turn. If this card is discarded with the effects of Jessie and James, your opponent chooses 1 card from his or her hands and discards it. Oh, so now if you discard this Weezing, you can discard 3 cards from your opponent's hand. So you don't play the coughing in this deck. It's essentially, if you were to play this Arbok, and this Weezing, this is pretty strong actually. Like, hand hate is pretty good. I mean, we have a lot of draw support in the format, but like, you're discarding 3 cards with this, and if this card gets knocked out, you're discarding 2 more cards, and that's crazy. I like this a lot. This is dope. Alright, Uxie, Azelf, and Mesprit, from what I remember, they're not good. I need to drink some water, by the way, guys. Where's my water? Oh. Whew. Throat's getting painful. You can see if you have Inspiration and Ease in play, apply weakness for each Pokemon for 4 times instead. That's alright, I guess. 3 colors for 30 damage. So good. 60 HP, pretty low. Use your deck for 3 base Pokemon, put them into your bench. That's pretty good. We might have to just play this in Inkay, in Malamar, I mean. That's a pretty good attack. You can get Ditto if you want to play Ditto. You might have to play Ditto in Malamar now too, just to make sure you find Inkays easier. You can get your Inkays, you can get your Giratinas, your Ultra Necrozmas if you're playing Ultra Necrozma. I'm personally going to keep trying Giratina Garchomp because I like that card a lot. So that's pretty good. I think this is the better one. Put 3 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon and play it any way you like. Yeah, not as good, for sure. But it's still pretty cool. Oh, we get a new Poipole. If both players have 1 prize card remaining, this attack does an additional 130 damage. I don't know. I mean, it's cool for sure, but is it good? I don't think so. It's like, I'm just thinking about playing this on like Bucephalon. You're not gonna be able to pull this off in Naganadel decks. But 70 HP is not bad. I mean, we don't lose any of the other Poipoles, so to me, it's probably the worst one. A new Druddigon. Somebody in Pokemon Company really likes Druddigon because they keep printing this dude. Drag off, choose one of your post bench Pokemon, switch it with his or her active, then do 30 damage to the new active Pokemon. Not bad. Dragon Tail, flip 2 coins, attack does 100 damage for each heads. Not bad either. And then Naganadel GX, everyone's been talking about this bad boy. 210 HP, not bad. With the attack Ultra Conversion. Once during your turn, you discard an Ultra Beast from your hand and draw 3 cards. So, I'm going to be 100% real with you guys. I'm not too sure how I feel about this card. I could see a world where you play like 3 or 4 of these on your bench with whatever you're attacking with in the Ultra Beast deck and just have a super consistent Ultra Beast deck in a Beast Box kind of style. Because you don't say that you forgo playing the other Naganadel, so you don't ever attack with the other Naganadel, and you're attacking with like, I don't know, Pheromones Buzzwole or any other Ultra Beast, usually GX. Maybe you attack with just, maybe you play this with, what's it called, Stakataka, just this plus Stakataka. You play 1 Lucario Melmetal, right? You use a GX attack, and then you just play this and Stakatakas and attack with Stakataka nonstop while you're using Naganadel. That's the universe I can see this working in, and that doesn't actually sound bad to me at all because you just play all these other extra Ultra Beast, and then you just discard them throughout the game. You play the other Ultra Recon Squad supporter, draw even more, and since like Ultra Beast decks are all about adding to your hand because you want to make sure you hold on to the Beast Rings and stuff like that, I could see this working for sure. Is it as good as people are making it out to be? No, but because you're weak to Fairy and you have Stakataka to fall back on to knock out the Fairy type Pokemon, it definitely doesn't seem bad. Other attackers we have, well, all baby Ultra Beast cards don't really matter. You still probably play them, but you still probably play them in the sense that you have like the 1 energy attacking Pokemon like Buzzwole and the circuitry that we just saw, but you probably don't put them on the board unless it's very specific reasons, and you just use them to fuel your switching, your discarding, because like the deck itself doesn't need much. A bunch of energies, a bunch of way to put energies back in the deck, a bunch of Beast Rings, and that's it, right? And then a bunch of Ultra Beasts. You don't even need to play Draw Supporters as long as you set up this Naganadel. You have Mysterious Treasure that can grab this as well, so it's not like it's hard to find. You just gotta find it. And you also have Ultra Space that gets you all the Ultra Beasts. So like it's a built-in engine. It definitely seems better because like I don't want to go off the fact that I'm just like, oh, I don't like this card. I think it's actually like the more I talk about it, the more I think it's good. You know what I mean? But how do you build this deck? You know what I mean? What do you forgo? You gotta play 4 Poipoles, probably 4 of these Nagas, maybe 3 one-line, and you play the other Naganadel as well. You play your Rescue Stretchers. You play 4 Stakatakas, that's right there. That's a bunch of Ultra Beasts right there. And then you play like all of the baby with the 1 energy attacks. You play like a split of Ultra Space and Viridian Forest, so you can find those energies easier. You play your Beast Rings. You play a bunch of energies. And then like, what else do you play, you know? Just filler to make it more consistent. Like there's not many supporters you need to play if you're abusing this Naganadel's ability. And let's talk about his attacks as well. I don't know. I'll look at the chat in a second, but Venom Shot, discard 2 energy from this Pokemon, attack does 170 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. It's not a bad attack by any means. It's a pretty good attack, and because we have access to B-String, it's not hard to charge up. You just have to charge it up on a B-String turn. And then Injection GX, choose one card from your opponent's discard pile and show it to your opponent and put it face down as one of your opponent's prize cards. So you can force your opponent to have an extra prize. I guess that's cool as well. We need more float cell love. It seems hard to recover Ultra Beast in ordinary Beast box. Is it hard to recover? Because I mean, we don't have Stretcher anymore. To be fair, after Stretcher rotates, we're not gonna have a way to recover these Ultra Beasts. So there's gonna be that issue. But I mean, as long as you just keep it like this, right? Imagine you're just tanking attacks for a long time with Celesteela in the active, or I mean Stack Attack in the active, while you set up your bench Pokemon because there's no Guzma or Escape Rope or anything anymore, right? So you set up in the active, you let that one get knocked out, and then you start using this Naganadels GX's ability to start digging for B-Strings. I mean, realistically, it sounds possible. So, I don't know. Seems interesting. Well, that's going to be that for the Dragon Pokemon now. Let's talk about Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno GX. First of all, that artwork is really cool. I really like this artwork. I love how menacing they all look. I love Articuno just being like, what's up? What's up? Alright, so 210 HP. Now, we did talk about that Victini that can charge it up. So, already, it's a 300 HP Pokemon. With 300 HP Pokemon that can hit 210. The card seems pretty good. Let's be realistic here. It's a 3 retreat card, which sucks, but as long as we have that Victini that can charge it up, even one turn doesn't seem that bad if we're going to be 100% honest. Like, you're 300 HP that can hit 210. It's kind of hard to go wrong. Now, you're not as good as Reshizzard. Let's say, because Reshizzard has 230 HP damage, which Oko's more, but it's still pretty good. Let's talk about Sky Legend. Shuffle this card and all cards attached to it into the deck. So, really good. Like, let's just talk about that. That in itself is really good. Do 210 damage. If you're about to be knocked out, shuffle yourself back in the deck. Sure, you can only do this once, but that's a really strong ability on its own right. Now, with this, this Pokemon has at least one extra fire, water, and lightning energy attached to it. That does 110 damage to 3 of your opponent's Pokemon. Even better. How do you get all that extra water, lightning, and energy Pokemon attached to it? Well, you already have it because you're attacking with this, right? This card seems good. I'm not going to lie. Thanks to that Victini, because of, once again, the lack of gusting in format, you literally just attack with this once or twice. You have access to Welder if you want to accelerate energies even further. Like, you can play mainly fire energies and just a few lightning and water energies just to avoid prizing. Use Victini, Welder the following turn to get an extra fire, 2 fires onto this thing, and boom, you already have a Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno that can attack, hit 210, do 110 damage to 3 of your opponent's Pokemon while shuffling itself back in the deck, avoiding being knocked out. You set up another one, you just rinse and repeat. That seems really strong to me, and because you're a tag team deck, you don't care if 2 Victinis get knocked out, right? You let one Victini get knocked out while you're accelerating energy. You shuffle this thing back in the deck, right? And then you set up another Victini and you let that one be knocked out while you set up another Moltres Zapdos. So just like the math itself, the prize math works for you. I really like this card. I talked myself into liking this card. I think this card is dope. Have we seen any Pokemon with Air Slash yet, by the way? Weak to Lightning sucks, but what's good that's Lightning besides Pikarom decks? Obviously, you're going to have that bad matchup in Pikarom, right? But since you're playing it probably with Welder, you just play fire stuff as well. You know? You have a bunch of different options in this deck. That's all I'm saying. I just think this card is a lot better than people make it out to be. It definitely seems like a pretty decent card. Like, I'm not going to lie. I think this card's pretty good. Just play Green Search for B-Strings, though. I guess you're right, huh? I mean, if you're playing Green Search, yeah. I mean, there's definitely. I just think this Naganadel is better than people gave it out to be, but I also don't think it's that great. I'm still in the camp that it's not that great. All right. Lick a Tongue, Sumo Draw. Draw 1 card for each Pokemon and play that has a retreat cost of 4. Ooh, look at that. So this is what this is what you play with. What's it called, right? And then Licky Licky, roll out Licky Licky Dancing, 90 damage, discard 1 card from your opponent's hand without looking. If you do, discard 1 card from the top of your opponent's deck. If you do, wait, what? Discard 1 card from your opponent's hand without looking. If you do, discard 1 card on the top of your opponent's deck. If you do, discard 1 energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. What? What? So, I love the wording on this card. I love it so much. It's actually really funny. Hoot hoot. Hoot hoot. Oh, this is the one with Zapdos. That's cool. Although I don't like how he's all sweaty and sad. Oh, this one has Air Slash. Dude, Hoot Hoot can hit for 180, guys. It's over. It's over. Hoot Hoot the champ. Oh, that's really cool. Hoot Hoot the one that has Air Slash. That's really funny. Noctowl. Blindside does 60 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon that already has any damage counters on it. Well, another Pokemon that can do spread damage. Not bad. Slashing Claw does 60 to the active. Still not great, but it's pretty cool. Articuno. You can use the ability once during a turn. This Pokemon's your active Pokemon. Draw 1 card. Whatever. Draining Slap, heal 30. Hand, top, and energy. Yeah, it's a pretty strong card. It's just really strange the way they worded it. There's the Fletchling. It's not a fire card, but it's fine. Type no. New type no. 100 HP. The other ones have 110 HP, I believe, so it's not as good. Smash Kick, 20 damage. Quick Blow, 30 plus damage. Flip a coin if has attack does an additional 30 damage. Although we are losing the other type null. But when the other one has 110 HP as well. But the good type null is gone. Well, this one also has Air Slash. Okay, that's good. So it's not just Hoot Hoot. 130 HP. Discard energy from this Pokemon. Avenger's Heart. This attack does 50 damage for each prize card your opponent. For each prize card your opponent took during their last turn. This is actually pretty cool. This makes Silvally a good deck, right? Because you have Silvally GX, and now you have a non-GX Silvally as well. And then I'm pretty sure the memory cards... fire memory, sure. I'm pretty sure the memory cards... Do they say Silvally, or does it say Silvally GX in specific, right? Oh, it says Silvally GX in specific. Oh, that's really sad, actually. Never mind. Didn't forget I said anything. But it's still pretty cool. You can hit 120. So, like, this could be your GX attacker? I don't know. That doesn't seem very good, actually. I mean, it's definitely a more consistent GX attack. This has 30 damage times for each prize card your opponent took during their last turn. Yeah, I'm not really feeling that card. Never mind, I forget I said anything. Alright, that's gonna be the set, guys. This has been pretty long, right? This has been, it's about 40-ish minutes if you combine the intro with it. I don't know how long it's gonna be altogether. But thank you, PokeBeach, for the awesome website. Don't forget to check out our sponsors. Don't forget to check out the merch. Don't forget to check out the Patreon. Don't forget to support your boy. I appreciate it. We're gonna go ahead and talk about a few more things before I go to bed. And yeah. For those of you watching this on YouTube, don't forget to drop a like. It's always greatly appreciated. And don't forget to check out the next video that will talk about the giveaway. It's going to be the post-rotation discussion video. So keep that in mind. Anyways, thank you guys for hanging out, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.